Across to the financial capital of the country to find out the top news from Mumbai.
One Naxal killed and 2 policemen injured in a successful operation carried out by Gadchiroli police. And temporary relief to customers as traders halt their protest against LBT. Hello and welcome to Metro Scan from Mumbai. I'm Sunita Bhatt and now let's see the news in detail. A severe attack from police personnel on Naxalites in Hetal Kasa forest near Gadchiroli was conducted yesterday around 6 p.m. In this attack, 1 Naxalite was killed and 2 police personnel were injured. The police received information about an attack on them by Naxalites and used this information to play a counter-attack on the Naxalites. The police seized huge amounts of arms and ammunition from the Naxals. The 2 injured personnel were immediately sent to Nagpur for medical aid. While addressing the media, Gadchiroli Superintendent of Police Suwais Mohammad Haq said that this event was a big success for Gadchiroli Police and it will boost their morale. And the ongoing impasse in Maharashtra against the proposed local body tax has seen some temporary relief as the Federation of Associations of Maharashtra has agreed to halt the current agitation till Friday. The decision was taken yesterday in a meeting with Union Agriculture Minister and NCP Chief Sharad Pawar, where Pawar assured the traders that he will accompany them when they will meet Maharashtra Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan. He assured the traders that he will look into the matter and will try to resolve the issue before the meeting and asked the traders to withdraw their strike and not hold people to ransom. And more on Sharad Pawar, NCP Chief Sharad Pawar blamed Gujarat Chief Minister Narendra Modi's regime for the death of Mumbai resident Ishrat Jahan near Ahmedabad in a fake encounter. On 15 June 2004, 4 people including 19-year-old Ishrat Jahan were killed in an encounter on the outskirts of Ahmedabad. Gujarat police claimed that they were terrorists who had entered the city to kill Modi. After the shootout, all 4 were dubbed as Lashkar-e-Toiba operatives out to kill the Chief Minister Narendra Modi in order to avenge the 2002 riots. Addressing a public meet in Mumbai last night, Sharad Pawar appealed to Maharashtra government to remove the power cuts imposed on the township in order to ensure progress in the area. The Union Agriculture Minister also inaugurated the revamped Mumbai station premises. And moving on, Tata Capital in association with Prakash Padukone Badminton Association announced the launch of Tata Capital Super Shuttlers in the city to train promising and aspiring young talented kids between 8 to 12 years. The camp will be held between 27th of May till 7th June at leading sports clubs across Mumbai. The best players from these camps will be part of a tournament held on 15 June and 16 June at the badminton courts of the Cricket Club of India. The winners of the tournament get an opportunity to be trained by the coaches of Prakash Padukone's Badminton Academy.
Academies so far has been restricted to people who already played the sport. We have some very young ones, like the 10-year-old, 11-year-olds. But they would have played at some level, they would have played for 1 or 2 years before they are inducted into the academy, maybe at the state level or at the district level. But this Tata Capital Super Shuttlers is a different initiative in the sense, we are targeting young children who have never played the sport.
And I Am a Miracle Being was founded by Rachna Avatramani and Afsha Sheikh with a vision to create a miraculous journey for all by empowering and spreading the awareness of how powerful miracle each one is. Miracle Being has a lot to do with the self-growth of an individual via meditation and holistic healing. This book claims to serve as a guide to overcome daily challenges leading to miracles in one's life. The publication was inaugurated by Navi Mumbai Police Commissioner A.K. Sharma.
The first thing that hits you when you read this book that unlike what Afsha said, there's no long, drawn-out explanation of the theory behind miracle being. And if you know Afsha and Rachna, you know that's just the kind of people they are. They cut to the chase, get to the facts then and there. And anyone taking the book will pick it up, will go to the first couple of pages and start thinking. They're not just going to be just turning the pages, trying to figure out what's there in the book.
And celebrating International Museum Day, Nehru Science Centre held the showing of the archaeological places of Mumbai and some rare pictures of the colonial rule. This year, the museum invited individual collectors to come to the forefront and exhibit their collections. Rajan Jayankar, one of the private collectors, showcased his 255 photographs portraying Mumbai during the colonial rule with its historically significant architecture. There were also stamp papers of the princely estates displayed during the exhibition. This event aimed to enlighten the people of the culture and the heritage in Mumbai.
ये एक रेयर अपॉर्चुनिटी है, लोगों को अपना हेरिटेज, अपना कल्चर का बारे में पता चलता है. मुंबई आज से 100 साल पहले कैसे देखने में था, मुंबई का आर्किटेक्चरल हेरिटेज, ये बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट महत्वपूर्ण चीज़ है जो प्रदर्शनी से लोगों को पता चलता है.
And in order to revive and strengthen the Afghan film industry, a film festival was organized in Pune where over 20 critically acclaimed and internationally awarded films were screened. Afghanistan, a festival of films, was organized by the Pune International Centre in collaboration with the National Film Archive of India on 18th of May. Afghanistan's ambassador Shaida Mohammad Abdali, who attended the event, said that he wanted to restore the old collaboration between the two countries. Siddique Barmak, renowned Afghan filmmaker who also inaugurated the film festival, was present at the film festival, which continued for 3 days. This film fest was a rare occasion for cinema enthusiasts to watch films by Afghan directors. Many Afghani filmmakers and actors have studied in Pune, and hence Barmak was also looking forward to further collaborating with Indian art and culture, especially in filmmaking. The movie Opium War was screened after the inauguration.
Because of the absence of copyright in Afghanistan, and also because of the we have a long border between Afghanistan and Pakistan, the country who is looting everything, taking pirate copies from any kind of films and selling over the world. So it's the biggest disturbance of Afghan cinema.
And that is all we have in today's Metro Scan. We'll be back tomorrow with some more latest updates. Till then, back to the Delhi studio. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.